Greetings and welcome to another episode of Trippy Food. And today we're going to try something unusual. I guess what would we call these, like retro recipes, or I can't remember what we call this. But basically, we go into the annals or annals of history and try to find unusual and strange recipes and then bring them to life. So we are once again joined by the immortal Tom, old guy in Colorado, Raymond. And so Tom was the one that brought this one to my attention because, we talk on a regular basis. We kind of go back and forth and we'll go like, what do you think of this? And, one of us might say, that's a little bit too elaborate, or really that's essentially, there's nothing really spectacular about that, right? And so Tom brought this one to my attention. So Tom, you want to talk about this one a little bit?
Sure. I was just scrolling through, I think it was called Vintage Recipes, and I stumbled across 3 different old Spam recipes, and I'm not sure what era they're from, but they were, not exactly, well, you're not going to find them in any restaurant, I'll tell you that.
So this, the more I thought about it, because the thing is, I'm not really a big fan of cold Spam. Or even like out of the can. Like I always have to, grill it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But the more I thought about what was in it, so basically, it's really actually simple to make.
Oh yeah.
Right? So basically, you take a can of Spam, and you cut it into 8 even slices, and then the filling that goes in between is basically cream cheese. I think it's a teaspoon of lemon juice.
Right.
A teaspoon of grated onion, yep. And a tablespoon of parsley. Right? That's it.
And 1/8 teaspoon of salt.
Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't see the salt in there, and so I didn't put salt in mine. That's okay, because I'm using the full bore, full tilt boogie Spam. So I'm not using Spam Light or any of the other fancy Spams or anything. This is just the OG Spam that I'm using here. I think maybe there's enough salt in there that'll probably be okay.
Probably.
I didn't really consider putting anything else in there. So then the other thing we talked about was, certainly the picture showed serving suggestions, and you had mentioned that in the picture that one of the serving suggestions was deviled eggs. Right? So we said, we'll make some deviled eggs. And I think we agreed we'll make 3 deviled eggs. Well, on my plate there's 2 deviled eggs because these are the worst looking deviled eggs in the history of deviled eggs. I ran into several problems. One, I think there was like an air pocket in the egg so that when I boiled it, like there was just like this kind of cup, taken out of it and everything. And I thought, which way am I going to slice it? Then when I did slice it open, I realized that it was just a hair under hard boiled. So there was still a little bit of, I don't want to say runniness, but it's still a bit of creaminess to the yolk. Which made it more difficult to get the yolk out. Because usually, when it's hard boiled the right way, that yolk just pops right out. So there was still a bit of creaminess in it, and it involved some scooping out. The other thing was, the yolks appear to have settled to one section of the egg. So it's like the space between the edge of the egg and the yolk was like that. So the egg was like down one end of the yolk was down one end of the egg. So when I cut this up and I managed to salvage 4 halves to make my deviled egg. So it is not here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. Can you see that okay?
I can see that.
Yeah, they're not the prettiest eggs in the world. They're not even the prettiest eggs in the country. So yeah, they are what they are, but they're deviled eggs, and they probably taste like deviled eggs. They're probably fine. Now, one of the things that when before we got started, we were kind of like looking at each other's, because we do that sometimes. And I noticed that you had the paprika, sprinkled the paprika on top of it, which is we would typically do with deviled eggs, right? And the thing is, I thought, I don't have paprika, so what am I going to do? I'm going to sprinkle something on top of that. So I found these smoked ghost chilies, and I sprinkled those on top of them because what the hell? So yeah, it's not paprika, it's smoked ghost chilies, but more power to us.
Well, it might be a new thing. You never know.
So, Tom, did you? So the thing was, we chilled this 4 hours to overnight. Is the recommendations. Basically, let me go back to the recipe. Is basically you cut those in cut that in 8 even slices. You take the mixture, you mix that up, and you put that on the inside, and then you kind of sandwich
Right.
it until you build your stack. Yours looks like you put more inside than I did. Yeah, mine is kind of. Yeah, mine doesn't look like I have as much filling inside. Now, the other thing is that what we did was when it came out, there was a little bit of spillage, whatever, like leakage. So that you had some of the filling on the outside of the Spam. So and the Spam was kind of an uneven shape. And so what you and I did was we basically took a knife and just kind of like shaved the edges off to make it more, more shape appealing and everything. So I was going for a rectangle. It looks more like a trapezoid, like it looks like Gumby's head or something. But it should be fine. So here's the question. Now I saw in the picture it has the serving suggestion. So it has the Spam. What do we call it? Spam tower.
Yeah, we'll call it a Spam tower. Why not?
Yeah. So they have that, and then they have the eggs as a serving suggestion, and it looks like they've got it sliced into like half, and then a slice from the lengthwise, like so it's sliced down this way, right? That's what it looks like. What do you suggest? I have a sharp knife here to cut it, and I have a fork to eat it with if necessary. If it's unwieldy. Well, what do you suggest?
That's a really good question too. I mean, it's obviously a lot narrower than it is wider. So if we took maybe a slice off the narrow edge, that'd give us maybe that would work better than trying to cut it in half and then figuring out from there. We just cut a slice.
Okay, so we're gonna slice it. We're gonna take a slice out of it lengthwise. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. So I thought about this, and I thought, the Spam with the cream cheese, with parsley, with the onion, with lemon. To me, it didn't really sound that bad. Like at first it sounded a little bit horrible. Again, I'm not really a big fan of cold or out of the can Spam. But then thinking about the ingredients and everything, it didn't sound bad. So I don't know. I kind of have high hopes, and I know if we were using Celebrity Luncheon Loaf, that might be different. That might be different.
I'd have to agree with that, and I agree with you as far as the ingredients go. But I maybe would have added one or two other things just to give it maybe a little more flavor. Like I might have added a little bit of Worcestershire and maybe just a little bit of fresh garlic along with that onion. But
yeah, or maybe a dash of hot sauce.
Yeah, a little hot, like little Cholula or something. Sure,
Yeah, this doesn't seem like something that would be good grilled. It doesn't seem like. I don't think it would work grilled.
No, I don't think so, because I think all the cream cheese would probably just melt
away. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if it would work using grilled Spam because it might be a little bit greasy. Because you're kind of getting the fats coming out of the Spam when you grill it. So it might be a little bit greasy.
Be a little tougher to cut too.
Yeah.
Of the crispy edges.
So here's a horrible thought. So the thing is, we're eating it cold. We're eating it chilled after it came out of the can, and so that the fat is solidified in here, and so it's not it's not going to be greasy because all that fat's not melting. But I anticipate that we're going to get that kind of like if you ever eaten something with like a lot of lard on it and you end up with that kind of film on your tongue afterwards.
Oh, absolutely, a Slim Jim. Every time I eat Slim Jim.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that we're gonna have that. All right, so we're gonna cut a slice out of that. And we're gonna try to eat the whole slice, or we're gonna try to eat half that slice, or what?
I think we should at least give it a whole slice try.
Sure. Okay. So here's the thing. Now, you might just watch this, and you might just go like, okay, Val, we've seen that. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue this on Tom's channel. So if you want to actually see us eat this creation, then you're going to have to go over to Tom's channel. We'll have a link down below. And you go over to Tom's channel and you can watch us actually eat this and see how this thing tastes. So this is basically the creation of it. We're talking about the creation of it and everything, and we'll do the eating on Tom's channel. So you'll have to go over there. There'll be a link down below. And then if you've just come over from Tom's channel, then you know that you've already seen how it tasted, and maybe you're curious about how we put it together and what the thought process was and everything. And so you're watching that right now. So we're going to leave it here. And Tom, we're going to see you on the other side. But for the rest of you, remember that it's crazy out there, so please take care of yourselves, please take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.